Okay, hi there. I am making this third installment to do a quick little teardown of one of my websites that I made. Um, so let's get into it. So we're going to be going to my album reviews, and I made a very simple website here. And I think it would be cool to start with a website like this. And it kind of just gave me, it taught me, because again, every time you make a website on neocities, I find that you acquire a certain skill based on the overall aesthetic you're trying to get. Like this one, I learned how to move the text around an image. Um, because what I've done here, as you can see, I can't pull this image away, which if you look at any other given website, usually you'll be able to drag away the thing. So I can drag away the album reviews graphic that I made, but in this one you can't because it's embedded within the box that I have here. It's like a part of the container. So, anywho, the files I use are very few. I have this one, which is used right here. Um, I have the background, which I used here. I have the tile, which is the background. And then I have the title for the website, which is up here. I made I made this, and I edited this, and then these I found. I could not tell you where I found the rouges. Um, and yeah, I created the tile in the background with MS Paint. Super simple. You can kind of see where the tile begins and ends if you look close enough. But anywho, um, ooh, sorry. This is Photopea, which is what I used to make the graphic. Yeah, I was kind of just gonna go through the things that I did to to get to this point because um it can be kind of daunting to be like looking at this and be like, ugh, it must be like hard to like make that from scratch, but it's not. It can just be a little bit time consuming. I use Photopea, which is an online free alternative to Photoshop. And so, yeah, I made a new file. I made it transparent so we can see behind it because I feel when you have a background and image, it can kind of make it feel blocky or like very, I don't know, very segmented. It can make your website feel segmented. And so I made it transparent. And then, I threw in text with a particular color. Let's do red. And then I said blah, blah, blah. Blew it up. And then I manipulated it. Is that which tool? Yeah, the only thing here is that I'm kind of a novice at the. Ooh, I'm kind of a novice at this whole deal. Um, Anywho, you guys can play around with this, and then I used a tool to change the hue of the text, which I believe is something here that you can do with the blending options, maybe. Color overlay. Then when I figured that part out, I changed the hue of the image just by like 30 or so. And then I saved that image, and so I ended up with a bunch of images um, of the text in different color. Yeah, of different colors. And then that is when I made this GIF, or I go to Easy GIF, which is a place where you can easily compile a bunch of images that you have into a GIF. And just to kind of, let's see if I can show you what I made. I actually still have all the images from the original like making of that graphic. So let's see. upload and make GIF. And then as you can see, I have all these different colors, and then I say make a GIF, and it looks like that, and then I just crossfaded the frames, which makes it look a little bit smoother. You can see this cute little cat dancing. And then yeah, now I came up with that. And so now I have all of my assets. Well, I did this photo thing in Photopea as well. It took me so long, and I could probably not explain to you how I did it, and I could probably not do it again. But I think I just kind of chose a color that I wanted the background to be. I laid this image onto that background, and it was originally a square image, and then I kind of just used this color to make like make a smooth transition between her and the background. And so now we get into the text of it all. So I'm just going to go all the way through. It's kind of an easy website, and a thing that I've learned to do, if I can help it, is using I forgot what the word is. It's like making notes for yourself within your code. It's like tagging or something, or I don't know. And so I'll do that along the way. And so this part, and this is the way you do it, is you do the open bracket, exclamation point, dash, dash, whatever you want to write, and this will not appear in the website. It is just something for someone who is viewing your code. And so website title and favicon. And so let me get rid of this. This is from when I originally made the website. And I like to separate all my code line by line, like with a little line buffer in between, but that's just me. So the website title in favicon is these two lines. Oh, sorry. Let me begin here. I don't know what this is, and I've never known what this is. If someone wants to explain to me or someone wants to figure it out, they can do that. But I have learned to just leave it alone. And if it's there, I leave it and I don't try to mess with it. The title is what you see up here. It says isolation, and the favicon is this high heel that I have up here. And so these are the two ways to do that. Is with so yeah, it's title and then end title, and that's the way that you do the title. And this needs to be in the head. The head is again the dictionary, or rather the thinking part of the website, and the body is the actual body and physical aspect of your website that you end up seeing. So anywho, I don't know if yeah, anywho, then I go in with the CSS, which is our style here, our dictionary, where everything's gonna link back to. A link, a visited, and a hover are all the same thing. They are three attributes that dictate what color certain text will be. Like this link, you see it changes colors very slightly when I hover over it. And I have actually already visited that website, so I can't really show you what it looks like if I hadn't visited it. But I believe it's the same color anyways. Yeah, dad226, dad226, they're the same color. And then when I hover over, it's a lighter color. And this is text that I found on the text resource website I told you about. I believe it's like WW3 or whatever. I don't remember. You guys get the whole, yeah, link text, HTML, W3 schools, there it is. And so yeah, I stole those off of there. I have that background color, transparent, 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 and then I wanted it to have an underline when you hover over it, which you can see is true. It underlines when I hover over it, and that could be fun to play with. The body, So the image is my tile, background image, and then yeah, again, you have to kind of just learn to understand the grammar and the syntax of code, and it's kind of can seem arbitrary sometimes to be like, why does it have to be URL in parentheses and then a semicolon at the end? Why can't I just put background image tile.jpg, which is, you know, the name of my tile file here. But I don't know. I just learned to deal with it. I have it um, named here, and then the background size, which is the size of the image, is 8%, which means that this file here is going to be 8% of what my screen's length is. And you can make that percent anything but 100. If it is 100 or exceeds 100, it will break. But anything under 100 will be handy dandy. Background repeat, I put repeat, which means that like the original tile is here, and then I told it to repeat, so then it repeated this way and this way. If I hadn't said anything, it would just be here, and the rest would be like black or whatever color it defaulted to. And then the background position indicates where it starts. So actually, I lied about it starting up in the top left here. It says 50% to 0%, which indicates that it starts here. Yeah, right here, somewhere around this area, which is halfway, 50% of the screen, and then 0% downwards. So yeah, it's somewhere around here, but then it doesn't really matter where it starts because it ends up repeating itself anyways. Okay, here we have the main table, which is this puppy. So the position is relative, which helped me get it into the middle here. Or sorry, the position being relative was crucial to me putting this big graphic on top. And let me just say that putting this graphic overlaying on top of this box was incredibly difficult and time consuming for me for no reason. I've done it like 2 other times on my website, but every single time I have to do it, I find myself completely lost, and I find it very hard. So anyways, this is crucial to this part, and I will explain the connection when I get to this one. I want it to be 80 degrees from the top, or 80 pixels from the top, which is, you know, here. I wanted it to be, the width is 65%. It's 65% the width of my screen here. A margin bottom, variable row gap. I don't think this has to be here. I can actually get rid of this. The border is this here around the edge. Background URL, it's the same as the body. I have the isolation background image here in the back, which gives it the look of her being embedded within the box. The background position is at the left and top, you know, as you can see, it's at the left and top. If I put it anywhere else, it might align kind of awkwardly. Background size, 99%. I made it 99% because I can't make it 100, but yeah, that's why it kind of doesn't really fit here. And the 99% is not 99% of the screen size, which is what may confuse you, or would confuse me at least in the past. It is 99% the size of this container. And so it is actually 99% the width, and then the height is auto adjusted to like maintain the aspect ratio. And so as you can see, it's like 99% of this box is filled with my image. And then this 1% is a different color, and that's my bad. I might have to go back and fix that. Background, I don't want it to repeat, so I just left it without repeating. And then the background color, I made it this color, which is this color. And let's see if that color is actually different from the color I have in my image that I fabricated. It looks like it is, yeah, it is different. So we can actually change that right now. Save our thing, update it in real time. And there, now everything's a uniform color, but that was kind of a, it might have been helpful for you to see that before. Isolation, and this is the indications that I'm making towards this up header. It is 50% from the left, which means it's exactly in the middle. Transform, translate, negative 50%, 0. I don't remember what that is. Position absolute. We could actually get rid of it to see what it does, actually. If you don't understand something, this can be a way for you to maybe learn what it is. Okay, so it moved it to the left, essentially. And so does that mean that, so when I save it, it's going to go back. And so if I get rid of this one, yeah, okay, there we go. So the first one, this left 50% was redundant and I didn't need it. The transform, translate negative 50 is what brings it back over to the center. And then position absolute means. So there's a few different position definitions. Relative and absolute are two of them. Relative means that it abides by whatever else is around it. So say if something were, like if this image were also relative and it was on top, these two would both, well, I can just show you what they do. Position relative, save, and this recognizes, and as you can see before, I made sure that it's 80 pixels from the bottom of whatever it is, like from whatever it's under. It's 80 extra additional pixels, and then so they are not touching anymore because they are making sure that they are separate from each other, because relativity in terms of your position indicates that those things recognize other other elements in the website. And so when you do absolute, it's saying I don't give a fuck where, like I don't give a fuck who else is around me, I am going to be here. And so the Z index is what brings it on top of this box. If the Z index were -1, I believe, I think I'm missing a colon there. If I put a -1, I believe it should go underneath. Yeah. So yeah, the Z index indicates like forwards and backwards, the Z axis, and it brings it in front and in back. And so because it is absolute, it doesn't care where this box is. It just rams itself through and says, I am going to be here. Font weight, bold, text, decoration, line, underline. Segments. I'm like wondering what this is. Oh, that is what I used for this text here, which is meant to say segments, but I guess I didn't want to do that. And so this is where I formatted how I wanted my text to look for the different segment titles. Then I did my thing for Rouge, my classification for Rouge. I only wanted her to be 30 pixels wide, and then yeah, so she could be nice and small. My back button, this is something that I just copy and paste, and it's a back button that I can press, and it'll bring you back one web page. And yeah. And that is the end of the dictionary. And so now we get into the meat and potatoes. We get into the body. Ooh. this is my music, and so the interesting thing about my music is that it always shows up that um, that this is wrong. I don't know why, but you go audio autoplay. I just leave it empty and it automatically plays when you visit the website. This is the source, and then this is the end of the tag. Um, and so what like I did for this is I go to my Google Drive. I went to my Google Drive. You need to go to the Google Drive direct link generator. You need to, I can link this in the description and I'll explain why in a second, but then I go to my Google Drive. When you get to your Google Drive, I have a bunch of music here, and if you just try and link the file that's here, it will not play because these files are not like, when it gives you a link to the file, it links you to like, if I can open it, it links you to this where the image is not exactly playing. I don't know how to explain it other than the fact that what the website wants from you when it asks for a music source, it wants a place to download the music. And so that is where the Google Drive direct link generator allows you to generate a direct download link to files. A direct link will immediately start downloading the file rather than opening a preview of the file in Google Drive, and that is exactly what your website needs because it can't get anything from the preview of your file. It needs the direct download link. And so I get the link, I copy it, and then I paste it into this generator, and then I copy it to my clipboard and it goes into here, and you guys are free to steal this. I will link my website in the description and you guys can go and, right click developer tools, view page source, and you can steal that part of my thing. Back button, this is me formatting my back button. It says that the link is one page back from where you just were, and then this is me defining, saying, hey, pull up the definition for back, and then I wrote the text, and then that whole thing is over. And then I have my isolation title. I have it centered just in case it's not centered. I put an extra layer of centering on it, and then I put I named the file title.gif, and then I made sure to define the class as isolation, which is the definition of that. We're already seeing the end. And then here we have the main container. And then so I did it a different way than I feel a lot of other people do, in that I make a single celled table because that is just easier for me to do and I understand it a little bit more, because there's ways for you to like format your thing. So this could be like essentially how I showed you in the very first one with that one website that gives you the source code, and it like has like a center, and it has the two sidebars, and it's able to have a footer and a header. Like that can be just a little confusing for me. So on this website, I made a single celled table, and you can kind of look up table generator HTML, and oops, sorry, table generator HTML, and you can kind of, this is what this generates. And yeah, but in layman's terms, mine just says, I start with centering it, and then BR, which is a break, which will space out whatever, like if something is close to something else, say like these two pieces of text were close, I could put BR in between them and it would make a bigger space in between them. It kind of just, yeah, gives your text or elements in your website a little break from each other. I wanted the width to be 900 pixels. The length is 600 pixels. The cell padding is 10, and the class's main table background, and that is here. And then table body starts. This is me defining the table, and then the body of the table starts. And I have TRTD, table row, table, yeah, you would know the up and down thing. And then this is the beginning of the table, and you can see everything ends down here. This is the end of the table. And so, division style, margin left 290 pixels, margin top 30 pixels. So when I first started this website, everything was writing here over the picture, and I was like, I don't want that. So 290 pixels to the left is here, and then it was clipping in here actually, so I had to move it down. And so to say I want it to move to the right and down, I had to say that I wanted it from the left 290 pixels and from the top 30 pixels. And then, yeah, I ended that division. And then I wrote the text here. And what you will notice is also I did segments here, which is what I defined. I wanted it to be bold and underlined, and so I did that here. I defined it. And then I have P and P, which indicates that there's a paragraph, which will separate this text from this text and this text from this text. I just used the paragraph feature. And then I did margin left 350 because when it gets lower down, it actually went farther out the image that I made, so I had to move it even farther to the right. And then here we go, P again. It separates this from everything else. And then I did my overall score. The name of the image is 61.gif, so I put 61.gif class rouge, and then I copied it and pasted it 5 times, and then there's a slash right here. That is the slash here in the middle if you can't see it. And then I said 5 out of 5 rouges. This is just, yeah, plain and simple. I said that I only wanted it to be 30 pixels up here, and then so I said put this image here, and then make sure its clash is rouge, which means that it is only going to be 30 pixels wide. And then I put 5 of them, slash 5 of them, 5 out of 5 rouges. Ended the paragraph. And then I did a last one. It is 0 margins from the left, but it is a little bit farther down from everything else. 40 pixels down because it wanted to start like here, and then it would have looked just a little odd, so I moved it a little farther down. And then I wrote everything that I have here. I referenced a YouTuber in here, and then I just linked her in really quickly with the link thing here, and then I defined up here what I wanted the link to look like. I wanted it to look a little different from everything else. And then that is the end of, this is the ending of this last piece, the thoughts on the album segment. And then this all is ending the table, ending the center that I had up here that centered everything here. And then this is the end of the body of the HTML, and then this is the end of the HTML file. And with that, yeah, here we go. That's how I made up my website. And so I hope this was helpful. I want to make a website in the next one. You can tell me if you guys want that or if you don't want that. If you guys want me to add music in the background. I was thinking of doing music, but I don't know that that's what everybody wants. So I just kind of muted it. I muted my website's music just so it would be a little less distracting. Anywho, that's all I have. There's my dog, so toodaloo.